In today's video, we're going to be talking about Apex Trader funding, the pros and the cons. And the reason I'm bringing this video to you guys is one of the viewers asked me this question. Can you make a video explaining what a funded account is and the pros and cons of them? So that's exactly what we're going to do in today's video. And you're probably saying, well, Mike, if you're just talking about this, have you ever passed one of these accounts? Yes, I trade in two primary accounts, the 50 and the 150K account. Right here, you can see I've passed both of those accounts. And have I been paid? Yes, here's a sample of some of the payouts that Apex has paid me in the past. Now, when we come over and we look at some of the benefits with Apex, one, they're always having sales. If you want to make sure you get the best sale on Apex, then when you go to checkout, make sure you use promo code Mike in the checkout. That will make sure you get the best deal on your Apex account. Now, when we scroll on down, let's look at some of the highlights. Apex has paid out over $90 million since 2022, more than any prop firm out there that I could find. And why do you think that is? One, because they have the easiest rules in the industry. Let's talk about why choose Apex's funding program. One, you receive 100% of the first $25,000 per account and 90% thereafter. Number two, you can get 2 payouts per month. That's pretty good. You can qualify in as little as 7 days. And we've seen Apex run some sales where you can qualify in as little as 1 day. Here's another huge benefit. Trade full-size contracts in the evaluation or funded account. So when you look at other prop firms and you see you must follow our scaling plan, there is no scaling plan with Apex. Now, some prop firms that have the scaling plan, one of the devious things they do to you is if you accidentally put on too many contracts, they fail you. With Apex, there is no way. It will just say order rejected. Also, no daily drawdowns, and with Apex, we can trade during holidays. Now, you can also trade your normal day trading strategy or system during the news, which means if you normally trade during that period of time, no problem. What they don't want you to see is 1 second before the news, YOLO, max contract size, and then you just get a big windfall day. However, if you follow a system or a strategy that you do on a consistent basis, the news is irrelevant. Now, another big one is right here, no cap on maximum payout. Now, the first prop firm I was ever with, once I got the agreement, for the funded account, I was like, what is this? I'm only able to get paid out this much, and then that's it. Again, that did not sit very well with me. With Apex, that is not a thing. Also, there is only a one-step evaluation process. You also get real-time data included, simple risk management rules, and essentially says, do not hit the trailing drawdown. Now, you can have up to 20 funded accounts, which is major, right? And we'll talk about that here in just a bit. Now, when we scroll down, we look at their plans. They really have two different plans. One is going to be Rhythmic in the Ninja Trader plan. The second one is going to be the Trade of 8 Ninja Trader 8 program. Now, one thing to note, the Trade of 8 programs are a little bit more. For instance, look at the 50K account. $187. When we compare that to the Ninja Trader Rhythmic plan is only $167. Now, that's before the discount. Right now, where there's 71% sale, you can get the account for like 40 something dollars. When they have the 80% sale, it's like $33 for a 50K account. Now, I want to show you guys, if we look at the rules, right? No daily drawdown, no scaling. It includes a Ninja Trader license key, and you get lifetime data. Now, the trailing drawdown, right? This is what gets a lot of traders hung up. Now, the trailing drawdown is always going to trail your maximum profit by $2,500 in the 50K account. So whichever account size you select, for instance, the 25K account, that would mean the $1,500 trailing drawdown is always going to be $1,500 from the peak value of the account. And that includes open equity. For instance, if you're up in a trade, $2,000, let's say in the 25K account, then you close it out for break even, you would actually be below the trailing drawdown threshold. So think about this as, just keep it simple. Take profits early, right? Target 1, target 2, move on to the next trade. One thing to think about as you're trying to select the account size that is right for you is look at the profit objective, right? $1,500 versus the trailing drawdown. So in this case, it's a 1-to-1. The 50K, I feel, is a little bit of a sweeter spot because with a 50K, it's a little bit more than a 1-to-1 in terms of how much you have to make versus the trailing drawdown they give you, but you have the flexibility to trade up to 10 contracts. Now, something Apex does that some other prop firms do not is with Apex, for every one mini contract, you can trade one micro. So if you're a trader that likes to scale into trades, for instance, with a 50K account, you can trade up to 100 micros, right? That is a huge advantage out here. Now, when we look at how do payouts work, right? There's two basically threshold. One, you must trade for a minimum of 10 trading days. If it takes you more than that, that's fine. If we go over to the 50K example size, right? You must make essentially $2,600 in the account. How do I come up with that? Well, the account balance starts at 50K. Once the account reaches 52,600, you can then request a withdrawal payment. Now, you can withdraw twice per month. Now, when we look at how much you can withdraw for the first 3 months out of each account, with a 50K account, you can withdraw $2,000 per account. Keep in mind, you can do this a maximum of 2 times per month, which means you can realistically get $4,000 out of the 50K account per month. Now, after 3 months, there is no maximum withdrawal amount, meaning you will not be capped at $2,000. One thing to note in this example, let's say that you made $52,600. If you were to withdraw $2,000 out of that account, that would only leave you with $600 of drawdown. Now, look at the 50K account size. Keep in mind why a lot of traders talk about 20 accounts. If we had 20 funded accounts, that would be 20 times $2,000. That would be $4,000 we could withdraw twice per month. So that would be a total of $80,000 per month for the first 3 months. After 3 months, your withdrawals are not capped. You can take out however much profit you've already had into the account. Now, one of the things I've tried to do, which differs from other traders, is I try to get a funded account, get a payout, reinvest some of that money into more accounts. Let Apex pay you to grow your business. There's no sense in buying 20 accounts if you cannot even pass one single account. Now, as we go back over and we look at the rules too, right? Here are going to be the trading times in which you can trade, right? So you want to be mindful of this. You can trade all the way up to 4:59 p.m. Eastern time, where a lot of other prop firms make you get out right at 4 o'clock, 4:10, 4:15, something like that. Well, if you're playing, let's say an earnings play like we saw this week with a Magnificent Seven, you can play in that play all the way until 1 minute before 5 o'clock. So again, that is another huge advantage. Also, when we look at the reset fees, we can see that the reset fee is $85 per month in the Ninja Trader account, Ninja Trader for Rhythmic. If you come down here and you look over at the Tradeovate account, it's $105. However, one thing to note, right now, the current sale that Apex is running, right now, you can have a reset for only $35, and that's regardless of the account size that you are trading in. Unlike some other prop firms, they change the amount that you have to pay for a reset depending on which account you are actually trading. So again, that is another fair advantage that Apex has. One thing to also note about the trailing drawdown, once you get into a PA account, or what's called a performance account where you can actually get paid, once you've made whatever the drawdown amount is, plus $100, the trailing drawdown quits moving. So in the example of the 50K account, let's say that you've made $2,500 in profit. If you make $100 more, so let's say you make $2,600, the trailing drawdown stops at $50,100, meaning your account cannot go below $50,100. Otherwise, the account goes kaboom. So one of the advantages, let's say you build up a nice little buffer, right? You start out with $2,500 of trailing drawdown, but if you continue to be consistent, you can leave a little bit of money in that account, maybe 10 grand. Now you have a $10,000 buffer of drawdown. Some other prop firms do not give that benefit. That is another benefit of Apex. So just because you start out with a $2,500 trailing drawdown does not mean that that buffer cannot be increased, right? All you have to do is continue to profit. Now, in the event of the 150K account, in order for the trailing drawdown to go away, what do you think that number has to be, right? If you said $5,100 of profit, you would be correct. Remember, the trailing drawdown threshold, you need to make that much in profit plus $100, and then you no longer have a trailing drawdown, and you And you also do not have a daily loss limit. Apex never has a daily loss limit. There's only one rule: do not hit the drawdown. Now, let's talk about any fees you may have to pay once you're in a PA account. Now, with the Rhythmic fee, there are two different options that you have. One, you can pay an $85 monthly data fee, or you can choose the option I select. For instance, with a 50K account, I pay $140 for a lifetime. And the way this works out is if you keep the account more than 2 months, you're actually better, because at $85 per month, it would be $170. So as long as you keep the account longer than 2 months, you're actually ahead of the game. And here's all the different price points for each account. Now with Tradeovate, it's a little bit different. It's $105 for the monthly option. For the 50K, it's actually $160 for the lifetime data fee. Now, if you've been joining me during any of my live streams recently, we started a new 50K Apex evaluation account. Now, here are the current results, and I've only traded for 2 days. Now, what I'm trying to do, what a proof of concept I'm trying to prove is, can I pass an Apex evaluation account only trading at night? So think about this. If you have a full-time job, this would be awesome. We're going to see if indeed I can prove this out. So far, 9 trades, 100% win-loss ratio. And actually, after commissions, I'm only actually up $1,299. When we come over here and we look at the hours in which I've placed the trades, just to prove this, the earliest I've placed the trades right here at 6 p.m. The latest 11 p.m. Here's the bulk of the trades being placed during the live stream. So you want to make sure you're subscribed and you have the bell notifications turned on for all, so you don't miss the next time I go live. Also, if you need help setting up Rhythmic for the NinjaTrader platform, watch this video right here.